Hi, everyone. Welcome to this AI Monetization Podcast. I'm Binny, the co-founder of Project Pro. We speak with industry leaders on what business outcomes they are seeing with AI. Today, we are honored to have with us Anirban. Anirban has over 17 years of experience in AI, ML, data engineering, and data science. He's currently the vice president, head of AI products and analytics at Rakuten India. Rakuten obviously is the $12+ billion revenue digital conglomerate with businesses in advertising, content, e-commerce, telecom. Anirban, set up the early data science team, which has grown to over 200 plus talented data scientists and AI engineers at Rakuten. Previously, Anirban was the assistant vice president data labs at the leading retailer Landmark Group, where he focused on problems on end-to-end retail analytics. Before that, he spent 8 years at Target, focused on A/B testing, experimentation, pricing, and problems like that. And between all of this, he has found time to write a book on AI explainability called Interpreting Machine Learning Models. And for 4 years in a row, Anirban has been in the top AI leaders in India and among the top 10 AI leaders in APAC for the last 2 years. Anirban, thank you for your time. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you, Binny. Quite an elaborate introduction. Happy to be part of the podcast today.
Awesome. Thank you, Anirban. So Anirban, you have a kind of a front seat view into what's happening in AI, both inside your company, all the many talks you give and the conferences you're at, etc. What kind of capabilities of AI and what kind of use cases and business outcomes with AI are you most excited about?
Let me put a Rakuten twist to this question, Binny, if it's okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So one of the most exciting projects that I've been recently involved in is around Rakuten's broader AIization initiative, where we are embedding AI capabilities across diverse business verticals to drive operational efficiency and enrich customer experiences. A flagship development is Rakuten AI, our own in-house platform that serves as a central AI ecosystem for Rakuten, offering tools and technologies that power multiple applications across the group. Another key highlight would be Rakuten Link AI, which was recently launched, an intelligent chat service integrated with Rakuten Link app. This AI solution acts as a conversational and ideation partner for you, providing on-demand answers while seamlessly connecting with over multiple Rakuten services. It's a great example of how we are leveraging generative and conversational AI hand in hand to democratize access to advanced technologies for millions of users. Additionally, we have made significant strides in RAG, which is commonly known as Retrieval Augmented Generation, but our R in RAG stands for a lot more than retrieval, and LLMs, optimizing search functionality and personalized recommendations across our platforms. These efforts continue to improve user engagement and create meaningful value for ecosystem of customers, partners, and businesses globally. This initiative primarily reflects our Rakuten's vision of harnessing AI for innovation, making it a core driver of transformation within our organization per se.
Got it. Okay. Thanks for sharing that, Anirban. So these are pretty powerful use cases that kind of horizontally cut across many of Rakuten's departments, businesses. That's what it sounds like.
Yep.
So as kind of an AI data science leader, as you go about finding new use cases and outcomes you need to solve for, is there a framework or a methodology used to prioritize what to go after first and how to go about it?
Yes, definitely. There are frameworks. Let me share a little more details around the frameworks that we kind of strongly believe in, and specifically because the elephant in the room right now is GenAI. Let me take GenAI as a cutting edge AI technology and speak about that.
Yeah.
When selecting the right technology stack for implementing GenAI solutions, we generally follow a very comprehensive and structured framework to ensure alignment with our strategic goals and technical requirements. Key considerations include scalability, ensuring that technology can handle increasing data volumes and user demands as our business grows. This is very, very important for us. Compatibility is critical and crucial, as new technologies must integrate seamlessly with our existing systems and infrastructure to avoid disruption and maximize efficiency. Performance is another critical factor. We evaluate the efficiency and speed of the technology in processing and generating outputs to ensure it meets our operational needs. We also assess the flexibility and adaptability of the technology, ensuring it can evolve with emerging trends and business requirements as well. Cost effectiveness is another important factor. We analyze the total cost of ownership, including initial investment, maintenance, and potential scalability costs. By focusing on this comprehensive criteria, we can select a technology stack that not only meets our current need, but also supports future growth and innovation, ultimately driving business value and maintaining a competitive edge. Security and compliance are paramount, especially when dealing with sensitive data. We ensure that technology adheres to industry standards and regulations to protect data integrity and privacy rather. Additionally, we consider the ease of use and support, opting for technologies that offer robust documentation, active community support, and reliable vendor assistance, which are essential for smooth implementation and ongoing assistance. So overarching, we do consider a lot of factors in mind while selecting the most cutting edge technology.
Makes sense. I mean, it's a pretty comprehensive list that you consider. And from your experience, both at Rakuten and Landmark, cutting across advertising and retail, are there some very high impact use cases that you could share with us?
Sure. Basis my 17 years of experience, which has been working across Target, Landmark, and currently Rakuten, I think AI and data-driven technologies have significantly impacted businesses and industries. Let me take a few examples. Like in retail, AI enhanced personalized shopping experiences by analyzing customer data for tailored recommendations and optimizing inventory management through demand forecasting. These are good examples in retail. E-commerce benefits from AI-powered chatbots that improve customer services and fraud detection systems that safeguard transactions as well. In fintech, top of mind AI-driven credit card scoring provides more inclusive assessments. Algorithmic trading leverages AI to identify profitable market patterns. Finally, I'd say hybrid AI systems, which is one of the most newest things, is a system which actually combines your traditional and generative AI, is also making strides right now. Going back to retail, traditional AI is used for demand forecasting, while generative AI creates dynamic pricing models. In e-commerce, traditional AI segments customer. Generative AI crafts personalized marketing content. In fintech, traditional AI assesses risk. Generative AI simulates market scenarios for better investment decisions. I think overall, these kind of projects enhance efficiency, reduces cost, and improves overall customer satisfaction, driving growth and innovation across the industries.
Understood. And Anirban, if I may ask a follow-up question on one of these use cases, right? You mentioned a couple of the dynamic model of traditional ML and GenAI is very interesting. And you mentioned a couple of powerful kind of dynamic pricing kind of use cases. Yep. So with GenAI, right? We are all very familiar with how good it is with unstructured, qualitative kind of data. So when it comes to quantitative, number-based analysis and all that, what is your comfort level on where the technology is at right now and how fast it is getting better?
The world of, at the back end, everything is an embedding. It does not understand text. It does not understand numbers. The way you embed inside your vector database is the trick there. So if you look at off-the-shelf LLM models, they have been trained on a certain kind of data. And that's why it sometimes does a better job of working more with tests than with numbers. But if you create your own SLMs, you don't even need LLMs for this. With numbers getting embedded in the right form, the right database, it would do a good enough job.
Okay, awesome. And again, another follow-up question to this, since you brought up the interesting topic of SLM, right? Is there an acceptable definition of what is an SLM? Is it a foundation model with a RAG? Is that an SLM? Or is it you build, is a certain number of parameters? Is that the cutoff for an SLM? Is that the future of enterprise AI from your opinion, and what direction will that take, you think?
I think there is no formal cutoff of a number of parameters for an SLM. An SLM is meant to suffice and meet a specific business objective. It could be a 1 billion parameter model. It could be a 500K, 100K. If it suffices the end objective of the model, we rather call it an SLM. And it has to be industry specific. That's something that I've realized very quickly, that an SLMs are generally industry specific and use case specific only. And it's meant to do that job only, with a specific ROI in mind as well. Like, does an SLM need to answer how's the weather or what's the weather forecast in Bangalore for the next 3 days? Obviously not, because it has a precise business objective to solve, and it's being built to solve for that business objective. So long story cut short, if it's solving for that business objective, it does not matter whether it's a 100K model, 500K, or a 1 million, 100 million parameter.
No. Okay. Makes sense. That's helpful. So now, you've kind of described the business problems, how you pick them up, some very powerful use cases. When you come to execution time, what are the inputs that go into figuring out the right tech stack? Do you choose one of the hosted providers like OpenAI or Anthropic, or one of the open source ones? How do you go about making some of those decisions?
It's completely dependent on the business case that we have in mind. We are generally very open between buy versus build, and partnering with vendors as well. But do we go only with one route while solving for a business problem? The answer is no. We utilize, even for building a specific solution, we sometimes buy, but we also build or partner with, Rakuten has a very strong partnership with OpenAI. So utilize the OpenAI technology stack itself. Plus, we are working very closely with a lot of public service providers like GCPs of the world, public clouds, primarily GCPs of the world, AWS, Azure, all of them. So we have partnership with all of them. So keeping all of them in mind, we do our base models. Could be on cloud, could be on the OpenAI stack, could be fine tuning, could be RAG, could be anything. But we generally start with a baseline model, and then we utilize different stacks to actually figure out where do we get the maximum gain. While as AI people, we need to be very, very cognizant about the fact that gain is not just accuracy. It also involves latency. It also involves cost. So multiple factors are taken into consideration. Security is taken into consideration before we actually finalize a tech stack for a given business problem. But generally, our point of view across within the organization is that we are very, very open to work and experiment. It's okay to experiment, fail fast, move fast.
Yeah, it's a great culture. And do you have any guidance for best practices on how to increase the probability that a project will go from POC to production?
Get a business buy-in right at the very beginning. So don't, sometimes I've heard one of my colleagues using this word called as POC graveyards. A lot of people and a lot of enterprises fall into this loophole of POC graveyards, doing POC after POC after POC. One of the culture that has really helped us is even before we do a POC, we check and get a business buy-in that if we do this POC, this is the impact and the ROI that is expected out of it. So having that clear mindset right at the beginning, saying that this is the potential impact if the POC is successful, and not thinking the other way around. Let's just do the POC because we want to show our technological capabilities and build credibility with the business. So that's one thing that we avoid, and we go the other route. Get a buy-in, show impact. And if the impact is there, I don't think anybody wants doesn't everybody wants the POC to actually move into production. And there have been times when we have been pushed very hard that why is it taking so long for the POC to move into production? Because the business is already bought into the idea. The ROI is getting delayed if we delay the production process, right? So that's one of the things that has definitely worked. But
Okay.
definitely my recommendation to the audience would be don't do POC after POC. One POC done, move to the next POC.
Yeah, no, it's very valuable, just getting business alignment first, so that values can be appreciated once it's driven from the POC.
Actually, what we do generally is twofolded. One is the business alignment, which I generally spoke about.
Mm,
And then there are certain technologies which are extremely cutting edge,
mm,
where we are not even sure about the business implications of those business implications, business use cases. We
mm,
sometimes take a bet and go ahead building those POCs as well. And
mm,
as we mature,
mm,
but with business discussions, we see, okay, here's use case 1, 2, 3, 4 till n, right? So most of the times we do the business alignment first, but then there are certain times where we take a risk and say that, okay, new technology, let's just take a risk and see what's happening. The use case can come later on as well.
yeah, okay,
But
makes
I would
sense.
say a 75%, 25% kind of a ratio.
Asian, okay. Is there a department split on where is most of the GenAI use cases you're seeing adoption?
So at Rakuten, specifically at Rakuten, we have this
Mhm.
platform. I think I shared a brief about it,
Yeah,
called as Rakuten AI. Okay,
yeah.
platform is not just meant for. So there are Rakuten AI and the sub product that we call as Rakuten AI for employees or Rakuten AI for Rakutenians.
Hmm.
Um, most of the teams are actually across departments are on this platform,
Okay. Hmm.
which makes it very, very easy for them to access all the new technologies. And it's a multimodal platform. It's not
Hmm.
just related to, not just restricted to text, because a lot of the textual information you can easily get from using ChatGPT, right?
Sure,
Any
sure.
of the lemmas of the world, right?
Hmm.
Meta has their own open source as well.
Mm.
So, but we have this multimodal platform called as Rakuten AI for Rakutenians, where most of the departments are actually utilizing it for their day-to-day needs. And like I
Mm.
said, because it's multimodal, sometimes you have a PDF, you upload the PDF and figure out insights from the PDF without going through it even once and
Mm.
summarize it maybe for your executive discussion. So it's a huge efficiency gain from this platform that we have driven. And that's the exact use case that OpenAI has specifically mentioned on their own platform, saying that Rakuten is pioneering such use cases for
Okay.
their own employees.
That's pretty significant that that use case got listed on the OpenAI showcase website of successful use cases inside companies.
Yes. And the idea here is instead of,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, the data and AI teams in any organization are limited. The number of
Mm.
employees who are associated with the, uh,
Yeah.
uh, you call it the center of excellence, you call it with another name. We
Mm.
generally l- look at use cases or help drive use cases from the data and AI space with higher ROI, maybe.
Hmm.
But let's say if HR has a use case versus if ecom has a use case, obviously we
Mm.
would know that the ecom use case might be generating higher ROI, or the
Mm.
bank use case might be generating higher ROI for us, right? So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, the HR team should not feel lagging behind in
Yeah.
utilizing. And that's why we consider all of our employees to be creators of AI rather
Mm.
than utilizing AI in the first place. Create your own AIs. You can use combination of, let's say,
Interesting.
vision, text, voice,
Mm.
file upload. Let's say you
Mm.
upload an Excel or a CSV
Mm.
with certain data, right? And you
Mm.
can use that in combination with, let's say, image or
Mm.
and
Mm.
create your own AI, and then share it over with a few of your colleagues. But everything within the restricted Dakota network.
Mm. And that's what Rakuten AI powers, is it? Gives you a bunch of modular blocks. You can create your own. I see.
Absolutely, and it's on the click of a button. So
Very nice. Okay.
no code. basically.
No code. Okay.
That's
Very
how
well
we are
said.
empowering all the employees within the organization to become creators.
Hmm. That's a very interesting mindset. Rather than consuming AI, create AI with AI.
Yep.
Okay.
Create AI with AI.
Yeah.
Very nicely said.
And since you spoke about employees, team members, and there's only few of them, but lots of use cases, how do you or just broadly in the industry, right? Who are the new engineers working on AI projects? Are they full stack developers being reskilled in LLMs, or are they data scientists who are being moved to this? How is that transitioning happening in the industry, Anirban?
This is my personal viewpoint.
Hmm.
And data sciences as a field, with the emergence of generative AI and large language models, small language models, and all the advancements associated with this field, um, I genuinely feel that data sciences as a job profile is kind of diminishing in the industry.
Hmm.
When you what did data scientists do? The data scientists are very good at utilizing libraries from maybe Python or different tools, okay, feeding in the data into those libraries, interpreting output, right? But as the AI industry is maturing, enterprises actually want large scale solutions. Data scientists don't have those skill sets to build large scale solutions, right?
Hmm.
Uh, Hence, I see data scientists merging towards AI engineering and software engineering also merging towards AI engineering.
Hmm.
AI engineering becomes that fulcrum of skill where
Hmm.
a software engineer can adopt and learn a little bit about AI and
Hmm.
do um,
Hmm.
build scalable AI applications at production scale. Data scientists can also pick up on the software engineering skill sets and move there. So that's where I see the field evolving. But it again varies from enterprises to enterprises depending on the AI maturity of the organization in the first place, right? So
Hmm.
there's no black and white answer for this, but
Yeah.
personally, if you ask me, one field that I see growing is AI engineering, which is a combination of sciences and software engineering. Because at the end of currently, we all see it's API. It's all
Right.
API at the end of the day, right? So
Yeah. Right.
uh, outside of this, the research work, the core
Hmm.
research is what the people who are creating something very, very noble will absolutely continue in the AI field.
Hmm. Understood. Okay, that's very well said. There is eventually going to be a, full stack AI engineer with some elements of software engineering and data science skills and prompting and all of that. Okay.
Yep.
Just one follow-up question is you mentioned that enterprises want large-scale solutions right now. Could you clarify that a little more? What is an example of that which is different from what a data scientist is used to doing?
A data scientist would build a model, let's say predicting customer churn.
Hmm.
The marketing team would take that output of the model and
Hmm.
send applications or send maybe marketing coupons, promotions, but it's all handshakes happening right
Hmm.
now. Now, imagine a large scale, in the same situation, imagine a large scale AI application where a marketeer has no connect with the AI teams or the data scientists per se. They come to a system and say that, okay, I know that find me the people who are most likely to churn and create marketing content around them, which is very, very personalized at one-to-one level or hyper personalized till a micro segment level, right?
Yeah.
Just write this prompt, everything should be done by that.
Hmm. Hmm.
It builds the model. It could be using existing models to figure out who your customers are, could be doing micro segmentation, building content, and then you have this application. Once it generates all of this, you say that, okay, this is what it is from a content generation, from a user generation, customer based generation, customer based. Once the customer based generation is done, you associate the content to it, and then eventually shows it to the business people. The business people says ready to go. It's actually throwing out the campaigns on a real time basis. Now all of this in the previous world used to be handshakes one after another, which is time
Hmm.
consuming. Now a large scale AI application would do something where the AI team has developed something, It's all in the back end, no communication with the AI team, but it's human in the loop because the human is writing the prompt, getting the answer, verifying it, and then the campaigns are going out.
That makes a lot of sense. So in that context of an end-to-end solution, that model is just one part of that pipeline.
Yes.
There's multiple integrations into email systems, CRMs, customer 360 platforms, all of that. Okay.
And that's where I think the AI engineers who also have full stack capabilities or software engineering capabilities can get this entire build together instead of a data scientist who is just like, okay, let me build a whatever model it is. Could be machine learning, could be deep learning, could be very, very accurate, but
Okay, makes sense. And as an AI leader, as you're beginning to roll out these projects, manage large teams, what would you say are your top burning challenges or top burning problems that you wish somebody solved for you?
yep, I hear you. And specifically, again, let me answer this from the Gen AI space itself.
Sure. Yeah.
Generally, implementing Gen AI solutions comes with its own set of challenges. However, with a strategic approach, I think this can be effectively managed to ensure successful outcomes. One common challenge is data quality and availability. RAG is just a way, but imagine the data which is going behind RAG, just as an example, right? Gen AI models require large volumes of high quality data to perform optimally. To address this, we invest in robust data collection, pre-processing pipelines, and ensuring that the data is clean, relevant, and comprehensive. Now, this is not just at the foundation layer, but this is also at the application layer. Like I said, data garbage in, garbage out. This is true not just at the foundation layer when you're building LLMs, but also when you're building applications, which is either fine-tuned on top of your open source LLM, or you use Bard, Lemma, OpenAI, and then do a RAG on top. Another challenge is the integration of GenAI solutions with existing systems. This can be very, very complex and time consuming. We tackle this by conducting thorough compatibility assessments and leveraging middleware solutions that facilitate seamless integrations. Additionally, we ensure that our teams are also well versed in both the new and existing technologies to smooth the transition from one to other. Model interpretability and transparency are also significant concerns, especially in industries where regulatory compliance is critical. Scalability is another challenge, as GenAI solutions need to handle increasing data volumes and user demands as well. Finally, I'd say that there is a challenge of change management and user adoption. This is very, very big across enterprises and organizations right now. Introducing new age AI technologies can be met with resistance from employees to businesses. To mitigate this, we invest in comprehensive training programs and involve key stakeholders early in the process to build buy-in and ensure smooth transition. So that's my take on this.
It's very helpful. Data quality, integrations, interpretability, change management, scalability as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the last 10, 12 years, Anirban, given that you've been doing this for over a decade, we all saw the wave of AutoML tools like Data IQ and Data Robo and all of that, which came up, and they got sort of some kind of adoption. Now with Gen AI, do you see a new, like a AutoML 2.0 kind of tools coming up? Do you think Gen AI problems are more easily solvable by templates as against regular data science problems? What kind of abstractions do you see happening that will help more solutions come out faster?
I don't know if I can comment whether it's easy to solve with a templatized solution or not, but a lot of the GenAI solutions that you build are replicable, if I may. All right. So across industries. Now, the funny bit is, do you want to? There's always an inherent problem within organizations and enterprises whether you want to use existing or do you want to build from scratch. That's the reality of the situation right now. So that's where I think I don't want to compare between AutoML and the GenAI kind of solutions right now. But in both cases, a lot could have been reused, but it's not getting reused right now. And specifically within my organization and within my teams, we ensure that there is no duplicacy of efforts. You rather put in all your efforts in creating something new, novel, rather than reinventing the wheel by tweaking an already live existing POC production level solution that way.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. And finally, Anirban, I noticed from your LinkedIn profile that you're a kind of a big believer in inspiring your team to get to ambitious outcomes. Could you give us some guidelines on how you manage your team, such a large team, get outcomes from them, keep them motivated, keep them all updated, given how fast things are changing? What are your tips for that?
Yep. My most difficult problem to solve on a day-to-day basis. I think so.
Hmm.
Uh, Writing on LinkedIn is easier. Doing it in reality is more difficult. But the reason why I use LinkedIn sometimes to post about leadership is share some of my experiences. And recently, I posted something about I was teaching my 7-year-old kid mathematics, and then I thought, can I create something over the weekend about how I think leadership works in maths or maths in leadership, one way or the other. I think some of the factors at an abstract level is empathy, adaptability, and innovation. These are factors that drive people on a day-to-day basis. And outside of that, I'm leaving the financial side outside of the picture right now. But these are the three major factors that drive people and keep them motivated.
Hmm.
So, as part of my leadership style, I think I use emotional intelligence, decision-making ability, decision-making agility, right? Rather, because a lot of leaders make decision, but they take time to take the decision, right? So while using that emotional intelligence, I try to take decisions faster. Communicating the reason behind the decisions is very, very important. And if I can relate it back to the KPIs, KRAs, the goals and objectives behind why this is happening is also very, very important. Uh, People, including me, I think, get inspired by doing new things. So innovation over time and time to adoption is also equally important. But you just don't innovate, but you make sure you innovate in an iterative manner so that the time to adoption factor is taken into consideration as well. And that's one of the things that I recently devised my own mathematical equation and shared it over LinkedIn. But I thought it summarized in a way the way I think about it, about my own leadership style, and how I try to keep people inspired and motivated uh, in this cutting edge AI world where things, I don't know what gets released tomorrow.
Yeah. But these fundamentals are kind of stay the same: innovation, adaptability, and empathy. Okay,
Yep.
great. Great, Anirban. This has been extremely helpful. Thank you so much for your time to do this.
No problem. Thank you, Binny. Glad to be part of the podcast. Thank you. Bye bye.